Alright guys, welcome to today's stream. So last time with my ranked climb, I think I left on Plat 5. Oh, not replace. I think I left on Plat 5. I did play a couple of games off stream because I was getting bored. Managed to climb up to Plat 4. Yeah, Plat 4. And I think I was on a winning streak too. Yeah, 4 games win streak, Plat 4. Anyways, okay, sorry for saying I'll try not to use too much. So again, this is gonna be a ranked climb video with prank kits only. So the deck that I am using currently is the prank kits deck. This is the deck that I'm currently using in my ranked matches. You guys can ask me for a deck profile, I'll give you the deck profile, or just hit me up on Facebook or Twitch, anywhere, ask me for it, and I'll just link you the deck profile description. Anyways, so let's get on with today's rank climb. So Plat 4, 2 wins off of Plat 3. So let's go. First game of today. Let's see if we win or lose the coin toss for the first game. So first game, Plat 4 versus Plat 5. We do lose the coin toss. For the first game of the day, losing coin toss kind of upsets kind of upsets me because as I said before, the first game of the day going in, I want to have a winning game. I mean, if I went first with this hand, it would be pretty much useless because I am bricked right here. So our opponent is playing a live twin, so evil twin deck. I will choose. Do yeah, I'll activate Ash Blossom and deny him his special summon. Since this is their normal summon, but okay. Alright, so they got a special summon off anyways. But this is not, oh, it is a Leela. Oh, okay, never mind then. So they'll go into their full combo. The Kisekil will special summon out their Leela. There it is. They need to special summon out one more monster to link into their... Okay, so this is going to use that. So he's going to go into Evil Twin Leela, and then using this card's effect, he'll summon back out his Kisekil. There it is, and with this he'll draw a card. There's the draw. So let's see, like after this they'll use these two cards to go into another Kisekil, because Kisekil's quick effect is that you can special summon one Leela monster from your graveyard on any main phase, either mine or their main phase. And this card's effect is that when it is special summoned out onto the field, it will pop a monster. So if this card is special summoned and you control a Kisekil monster, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. Okay, so I am bricked. I have nothing in my hand that I can use. So what can I do? I have no play whatsoever, right? I'm complete. Even if I do Monster Reborn and set down for there's nothing I can climb up into. Like the only thing in my deck that I can summon is Predaplan Verte with 2 effect monsters and 2+ monsters with different names on this. It wouldn't matter much. Like yeah, I can summon out Maxi, use Monster Reborn on a Link 2. But as soon as I do that, he'll activate the quick effect of Kisekil and just pop the card anyways. So there's nothing much here I can do. Popping, I'm hoping he pops that, but he's not gonna pop it. Let's see if he takes the bait. Let's see if he pops. He's still not gonna use the quick effect to pop my card. So I am gonna be forced to end my turn. Okay. I'm not gonna max C here. Alright. He's gonna pop a Pandemonium. So at this point, I mean, do I even want to go into... I mean, yeah, right? Like, I want to go into Nightmare Unicorn. So what I'll do is, I'll Monster Reborn his Keysickle onto my side of the field. Then I'll summon out Max C, and then special summon a Nightmare Unicorn off of this too. And I'll activate Nightmare Unicorn. I am gonna discard the Thunder Dragon Fusion that I have in my hand. And the card that since I can't go into battle phase since I already skipped my battle phase, but even if yeah, right, so I'll just do that. I mean, yeah, he can use the effect, get that card on the field again, draw a card. But now I can go into battle. So now over here, the question is... Actually, I should have done it the other way, right? I should have bounced this card back into his deck so he couldn't summon out another card. Yeah, I should have done it the other way. Okay, so I'll just pop this card, I guess. Yeah, I should have done it the other way. I kind of messed up over there. Oh man, first game and I'm already messing up. Okay, so I will end my turn off of that. Like, I literally had nothing. That was the only play I could have made, and I kind of messed up the play, but let's see if our opponent takes advantage of our mistake that we made. He sets one card face down. He will activate this card's effect again to get another Keysickle onto the field to draw another card. Then he can go into Unchained after with 2 level 4s and climb up into Unchained. I mean 2 level 2s, not level 4s, 2 level 4s, 2 level 2s to climb up into a level 4. So it's gonna use Leela's effect to get a Keysickle. There it is, and Keysickle will let him draw a card. Yeah, so that misplay made it so that he keeps his board intact. I can't break his board, so he will go into... Oh, he's gonna go into another Leela and then use Keysickle to go into another Leela to pop my Nightmare Unicorn. Okay. That's gonna pop my Nightmare, alright. Let's see if we Link climbs into another Keysickle, or go straight into... Or he could try to OTK me this turn, right? He already has 22 on the field. Let's see if he tries to kill me this turn. Like, I mean... So he does climb into lane 3, so he will bounce the Pandemonium that I have on the field. And using these two, he'll probably go into access code, right? And then using... He already used Keysickle's effect 1, so he cannot bring out another Leela onto the field. Pot of A, which will return 5 cards from his graveyard back into his deck or extra deck, and lets him draw 2 cards from his deck. Ash Blossom is evil cards, okay. So I'm assuming he'll go into access code jogger with these two. So access code will be at 53, 6400. He has 6400 damage on the field right now, right? So he only needs 1600 more. 1600 damage and he can kill us his turn right now. So let's see if I can find 1600 damage. Oh, he goes into Unchained. Okay, he doesn't go into access code, he goes into Unchained. I mean, yeah, I guess it's a better option because you keep getting free pops off of the Abomination. So let's see. And he does not have Leela in his graveyard, which he can use to pop our card, but he does have Unchained Abomination to pop our cards. So as you can see, if a card on the field is destroyed by card effect except Unchained Abomination, you can target one card on the field, destroy it. When another monster is destroyed by battle, you can target one card on the field, destroy it. During the end phase, you can target one card on the field, destroy it. So each of these effects can only be used once per turn, but as you can see, this card just has a lot of card destruction effects. So let's see what we can draw into. I can use the Thunder Dragon Fusion that I have in my graveyard to draw fancies from my deck, but first let's see what we get from the actual turn draw. Prank Kid's Place, okay. So we can use Prank Kid's Place to bait out some kind of negate. So he did use his Ash Blossom on our Prank Kid's Place. Okay, that's good for us because now we can use the Thunder Dragon Fusion in our graveyard, activate its effect, and get a Fancies into our hand and then try to go into a combo. But I don't know if our opponent will allow us to go into a combo. So let's see. He does have something that he can't activate at this point. I'm not sure what it is. Alright, chose not to activate whatever he has that can be activated. Excuse me. So let's see. What does that card do? So it allows him to draw. Okay, so it allows him to draw a card. No, he still has something that he can't activate. So I am pretty worried about these three face down cards. One of them should be, and so impermanence doesn't affect our fancies. I mean, named Prank Kid's Monsters combo. So impermanencing our Prank Kid's monsters. By Prank Kid's monsters, I mean fancies, dropsies, roxies, or lamsies. It doesn't matter because their cost is them going to the graveyard for their effect to activate. So it's not like Battle Butler where you imperm the Battle Butler and neither of the Battle Butler's effect can be activated. Even tributing itself or the graveyard effect when your opponent sends it to graveyard and you can get one monster out onto the field. Both those effects gets denied with impermanence, but with the 4 Prank Kids named monster cards that I just named, impermanence does not affect them because their cost is them going to the graveyard, so it negates the impermanence. So my effect can still be activated. And I'll chain link to my Prank Kids Place. I do want to lower the attack points of these monsters. So let's see. And he has max. I mean, at this point it's just like, we just have to go through a combo. We cannot stop now. Because if we stop, it's game over for us, right? So we have to take the maxi challenge at this point. It's gonna resolve, alright. It's gonna go to 600, 2500, and this card I want to send to the graveyard. Since I already have a Pandemonium in rotation, I'm not gonna send a Pandemonium. Neither am I gonna send Pranks because this is gonna be a 1-card combo, so I am gonna need my Pranks in my hands off of the Doodle Doo search. So what I'll do is yeah, what I'll do is I'll send a prank kid's place. Spell summon out a monster, yes. Let's summon out my dropsies because I am in need of health points right now. Or life points. So let's see if he activates any backdoor sets that he can activate. Not may can, but maybe can activate. Okay, so I'll do this. Go into our do. I'm up link into do. I mean, he's gonna keep drawing cards because Prank Kid's combo is really long, so we 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 can't care about him drawing cards. We're more focused on how we can survive this turn or how we can clear his board somehow. How we can survive the next opponent's next turn at least, and still keep monsters on our side to actually combo off of. So Chainlink 1, my drops in the graveyard, Chainlink 2 will do. Right now I care more about, is it Ghost? Oh, okay, so it's gonna deny me my Doodle Doos effect, and then he is gonna destroy it, okay. Deck to your hand, okay, so Prank Kid's place, we cannot activate another Prank Kid's place because we already activated the Prank Kid's place, but it got negated by Ash Blossom. So if your Prank Kid's place gets negated by Ash Blossom, you cannot activate another Prank Kid's place because technically you already activated it once, and it is a hard once per turn. Let's see, Prank Kid's pranks. Prank Kid's pranks would be pretty useless too. Even usually Pandemonium would be useless, right? Like that Ghost Ogre really. I mean, technically I should have chainlinked 1 to do and then chainlink 2 dropsies because we're not scared about the Ash Blossom since he already used an Ash Blossom. So I got to learn something new today. Usually I don't see Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit being played. Usually people play Effect Veiler or Ash Blossom or some other kind of like I rarely see Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, but anyways, let's see what we can do. Like I mean I guess I'll go Prank Kid's pranks off of the search so I can at least get 3. I can at least get 3 cards back and draw another card. And since this card did see a monster destruction, he can use it to pop either of these cards and he is gonna pop my pansies. Which, not gonna lie, kinda sucks right now. Because we have nothing on the field. This card will summon out. He does have a Lila into the graveyard. 25. Wait, is this the imperm column? Oh no. This is the imperm column. So I can't even activate Prank Kid's pranks this turn. I mean, this is pretty much game over. I messed up at 3 points. The third mess up was putting Prank Kid's pranks in the imperm column, which I forgot about. The other one was not starting the chain with Doodle Doo and starting the chain with our dropsies. Because our opponent already used their Ash Blossom, so we weren't worried about it. But I did it that way. Because if my Doodle Doo had stayed onto the field, we could have actually tributed Doodle Doo to go into another play. And the third mistake I made in the beginning, where I didn't kill his Leela, didn't bounce his Leela, but bounced his Keysacre. So those 3 mistakes really cost us the game. So, I mean, I guess you learned something new here, right? So Plat 4 versus Plat 5, we did win the coin toss, thankfully. Not too good of a hand, I would say. We don't have protection against their Ash Blossom. We do have protection against Maxi, but so since their board lighted up as soon as we summoned out a monster, we can assume they either have Maxi or Imperm in their hands. They could have an Ash Blossom too, but we can't check for the Ash Blossom just yet. The graveyard activation is what will check for the Ash Blossom. So let's see if they have an Ash Blossom. So they're choosing not to use whatever effect they have in their hand. I'm guessing they okay, so if this keeps happening, I'm gonna assume they probably have a Nibiru in their hand, right? They want a Nibiru. That's what I'm gonna assume right now. So off of this Fancies, it will be our 5th summon once the Fancies effect resolves and we get to special summon a monster onto the field. So at that point, if our opponent's board lights up, then we'll know. So since this is going to be a 1 card, I need to have Pranks in my hand after the Reduce Search. And off of the Fancies, I'll discard a Pandemonium. Special summon out a monster, yes, and this right here is my 5th special summon. And it seems our opponent turned their toggle off, so it doesn't keep blinking over onto their side. I mean, they could have Forbidden Droplet too, right? Forbidden Droplet would keep going on to their side and prompting them to use it every time you summon or special summon out a monster onto the field. Anyway, so I'll just keep going with my combos, see what their card is. Either they'll use it by the end of my turn, or maybe when I summon out Battle Butler, they'll Forbidden Droplet it. You never know. And the 2 cards I will select off the Didnt Tribute are, one has to be Pandemonium because you want to go into Battle Butler your opponent's turn, and the other, whatever Prank is monster you want to get out, you can get out because you're gonna send it back to the graveyard via the discard effect of Prank is Pranks anyways. So you activate Prank is Pranks, discard the card that you got into your hand out of your graveyard off of the Do's effect. You don't want to discard any other Prankers you may have in your hand because you can keep them to go into, if they're part of the Battle Butler combo, it's really nice, right? Because off of the Power Barks effect, you don't need to get to name the monsters for the Battle Butler. You can get some other card that you need, or if your opponent somehow negates your Power Bark, you still have a named Prankus monster in your hand and on your field to use Pandemonium on to go into Weather Washer. So you can have bodies on the field so that your opponent can't just OTK you straight up. So now we go into another Doodle-Doo. Activate the Dropsies we had in our graveyard. It's gonna prompt him again. He's not gonna do anything. It's gonna summon out a monster, yes, which will be our Roxy. And the last part of the combo is going into your Bow Wow Bark using the Doodle-Doo and Roxys you have on the field. I mean, I know I keep repeating the combos over and over, but this is just standard Prinkets combos. I'm not doing anything fancy or anything, but if you start getting used to the combos, if you ever want to play Prinkets decks, if you keep hearing it, if you keep repeating it, it kind of becomes a muscle memory. Like right now, I don't even have to do anything. I can turn my mind off and just go through the whole combo without even thinking about it, since I keep playing Prinkets often. So anyways, we activate the Roxy in the graveyard for the final effect. I'm gonna banish the one of the Ash Blossoms that I have in my hand because I have 2 copies of it. So Ash Blossom will get banished. I'll draw a card which will be Dropsies, which is really nice. Special summon out a monster, yes, and the monster I'll special summon out will be Lamsies, because now even if my Battle Bark gets negated, I have all the pieces I need for Battle Butler combo. Now I'll set down my Pandemonium, put the activation on, and then end my turn. This is our end board right here. Activate Prank Kids Pranks. So right now, since with this deck I am running 2 Doodle Doos, one card I am gonna get back from the graveyard will be Doodle Doo, and since I have all 3 monsters for Battle Butler combo, the cards that I get back will be, one of them will be Lamseas and the other one will be Dropsies. I don't care too much about the effect of Fansies, because once you get the Pandemonium pranks and plays in rotation, by rotation I mean into your graveyard, you don't need the Fansies effect to send more cards to your graveyard to get them out using Doodle Doo's effect, right? So Fansies is kind of like, Fansies and Roxy's. I mean, Roxy's can still be useful because you can sometimes want to draw a card, and that one drawn card could be a game changer. But Fansies is like, it's whenever it's there. And once Battle Butler hits the field, Fansies becomes useless. The Fansies in your deck becomes useless anyways. So no to using Yamu's effect after the Bawa Bark. And the 2 named monster cards that are left in my graveyard are Roxy's and Fansies, which I'll get back into my hand. My opponent will allow me to get them back into my hand. So let's see what our opponent does. I'm pretty sure I have played against this guy, Apocalypse. I mean, in Master Duel, you can copy names. Like, there could be like 4 or 5 people with the same names. Now the question is, do I want to... He chose to do 6. So I will activate Ash Blossom on it. I'm pretty sure I have a video on this guy as well. And he's gonna Call by the Grave or Ash Blossom, okay. So he chose not to Call by the Grave or Doodle Doo. I mean, I always keep saying Doodle Doo. Or Bow Wow Bark. He chose not to Call by the Grave or Bow Wow Bark. So, from that, I can assume that he cares more about our Ash Blossom, Call by the Grave, or Call by the Graving or Ash Blossom, or Call by the Graving Maxi. So since he did use Pot of E, I'm gonna assume he's playing 12 decks extra, 12 cards in extra deck. I'm gonna assume he's playing Eldritch. And like last time, I don't want to get Denko Sekad. So the Denko Seka is a card that once it's on the field, it makes it so that if you don't have any any cards that in your back row, your opponent is logged out of their back row. So Denko Seka is a really powerful card for decks that, even for decks that do run back row, but even for decks that especially for decks that don't run any back rows, that card is a really, really powerful card because it locks out opponents from actually accessing their back row. Okay, so I'm gonna summon up the Battle Butler right now. Chain Link 1 to your Dropsies and your Lamseas, and your Chain Link 3 will be your Fansies because we don't care about our opponent Ash Blossoming the Fansies effect. So let's see what we do. Fansies, the card that I'll discard will be Prank His Place to get one of them into my rotation. Special summon out a monster, yes. One of them will be my Roxy. Lamseas will burn them for 500. Special summon out a monster, yes. Another will be Fansies. Dropsies will hit. Special summon out a monster, yes. I am gonna choose Lamseas for the third one. Now the reason why, so almost all the time you want to get monsters with more defense out on the field, right? But the reason that I'm choosing Lamseas is because of the fact that I assumed my opponent is playing Eldritch. So it could be Eldritch, it could be something else, I'm not sure yet. It could be Nurse Burn too. So there's a reason why I did Lamseas. Over here, in hindsight, I could have gotten 1 Dropsies because I know my opponent was playing Eldritch. If I did 1 Dropsies, okay, so if I had 2 Dropsies right now, I could just go into Totally, right? Totally Awesome would have been really, really good right now to deny him one of the activations on his back row. So I'll just go into my combo, let's see what he does. Let's see if he starts activating his back row. This will start a chain, so let's see if he chains. So he does go into Summon Limit, okay. Summon Limit, neither player can special summon out monsters. Neither player can summon out monsters. Neither player can summon monsters more than twice per turn. So this got activated after our Miyamoto hit the field, right? So the summon onto the field off of the Lamseys should count as the first special summon, right? So we still have 1 more special summon? We don't. So, okay, so Miyamu and... Okay, so those 2 counted out as special summons, okay. Alright. So I can't even go into my... Like, polymerization is... I can only activate it on my turn. So this is kind of annoying. Let's see if he lets us hit him. Okay, Haquero. And he's gonna summon out his Eldritch, so Haquero will be able to... What does Haquero do? It makes it a banish one, okay. He's gonna banish. Okay. So what card can... I'm probably gonna assume he's gonna banish my Bow Bark, right? Because that's the only logical explanation. Bow Bark banishment is the only thing that can affect us because he saw me using 2 doodle-doos. Frank's Place. Okay. We don't care about Frank's Place getting banished. So the card I will hit will be Golden Lord. No. Okay, so now I cannot do anything other because this will just cancel out. It's not gonna... If the card is not in attack position, these 2 cards, like matching attack cards, don't get destroyed. So I'll just show you right now. Well, I don't want to show. I mean, it's gonna look stupid, but if I hit him with this, it's just gonna be like a defense animation and nothing is gonna happen. That's about it. Okay, so even in main phase 2, I cannot do anything because of summon limit. I was not expecting the summon limit. Okay, so I will activate Frank's Pranks. One of them has to be my Lamseys because I have 2 copies of Lamseys. Another I'll get back will be my Bow Bark. And the last one I'll get back will be... I kind of want to get Dropsies back into my deck because I kind of want to go into Totally Awesome if he doesn't destroy our... I mean, okay, that doesn't really matter because of him infirming. Yep, that's what happens. That's what happens when you don't set your card. So that card. I mean, no, it's actually a heads-up play, right, for him because now he can use Hakibro to summon out Golden Lord again. Oh, that's actually not a bad play. That's not a misplay on his part. That's actually a really heads-up play. Oh damn, I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think the Imperm would work that way. So Imperm would make it so that Hakuro goes back into the set row. So now he can use the Golden Lord in his graveyard to pop the Hakuro, get the Golden Lord onto the field. Oh, that's really nice. Wow, that's a really heads-up play. I was not expecting that from an Eldritch player. Okay, so Golden Lord will hit the field, 3,500. Okay, I mean, once it comes onto the field like this, it cannot be destroyed by card effects. I don't want to look at this card is okay. No, so he did use one summon. No. So at this point, Nibiru is useless in my hand, right? Yeah, Nibiru is useless. Nibiru is completely useless. He gets another Hakuero. So off of the Roxy's effect, if I can manage to activate Roxy's, I'm gonna banish Nibiru from my hand, because Nibiru is a dead card now. No, and he is gonna use the Golden Lord to pop my Butler, which I will allow him to do. Popping the Butler means I can get a card from my graveyard onto the field. So now here's the thing, right? Do I want to get Dropsies at this point? Because if I get Dropsies, I can instantly go into Totally and deny him one spell trap that he may activate in his back row. But if I go to Doodle Doo, no, right? If I go to Doodle Doo, I can get out Nightmare Unicorn to bounce his summon limit. And this is a really tough call. But no, I'll go into Totally Awesome. Yeah, I'll go into Totally Awesome. Right, Geki is useless. It's not gonna pop his Lich monster. I'm gonna instantly go into Totally. Face up attack. That's one special summon. That's one summon. And I can use these three cards to destroy. Okay, I'll just activate Totally on that. Yes, Conquistador, I'm just gonna set right here. Activate Totally Awesome's effect and get a Dropsies into my hand. Okay. I still have one more special summon, right? So I'll just use these three cards to go into Nightmare and actually try to bounce his summon limit. Yeah, I want to bounce his summon limit so I can go into... I am going to discard Nibiru and try to bounce his summon limit. See if he has Solemn Judgment. So, oh, he doesn't have a Solemn Judgment. It's really nice for us. So now we can go into a full combo, right? So now I'll activate Terraforming. Let's see if he denies me my search. He's not going to deny me my Prank Kids Place search, which is nice. Activate Prank Kids Place. Get a card, yes. Card I want to get is Lampsies. Now my Battle Butler is in the graveyard, so I cannot go into instant fusion summoning out instantly and going into stuff, but I can in polymerization and go into Rocket Ride to get more materials from my graveyard onto the field to go into other combos, right? Yeah, so I'll do just that. I'll use polymerization, see if he lets me activate the polymerization. He is gonna let me activate polymerization. Fine. Go into Rocket Ride using Lampseas, and the question is, do I want to use Dropseas? How many copies? Okay, 1 copy, 2 copies, and 2 copies. Okay, so I will use Dropseas and Lampseas. Face up attack. Activate 1. Activate 2. Now, do I want to bump up my fusion materials, right? Bump up my monsters by 500 with this fusion summon? The question is, am I going to fusion summon again this turn? The answer is no, right? I'm not going to fusion summon again. So I'll just use Prankit's Place to bump up my cards by 500 attack. No, on the Rocket Ride's effect. My cards get bumped up by 500, special summon out a monster, yes. One of them is Roxy's. Dropsy's effect goes off, the other one will be Pansy's. Alright, he's not going to do anything just yet. Okay, pretty good for us so far. So now I can start link climbing, right? Yeah, I'll start link climbing into link monsters. So now I kind of have to hurry up. I'm kind of low on the time. So 1, chain link 1 Fancies, chain link 2 Franken's Blaze, lowers attack by 500. Let's see if he does anything. Now my opponent's thinking, does he want to do something about this? So he's gonna choose not to do anything. Okay. The card outside of the graveyard will be Pandemonium, special summon out a monster, yes. I'll special summon out from my deck because I still have my normal summon left. And we go up into a 2-2 using these 2 cards. Now, keep in mind, I am gonna banish the Raigeki I have in my hand, because Raigeki in my hand is currently useless because we cannot pop this card with Raigeki. Off of the Doodle-Doo, I'll get a Pandemonium. I mean, okay, so since I got a Pandemonium, I forgot about that. I'll just banish the Pandemonium. We got an Imperm, okay. That's fine, that's totally fine. So, actually no, we don't want to go into... how many? 1, 2. We threw both our Doodle-Doos. So now at this point, I kind of have to go into... Okay, so I have to hurry up. I have to go into my access code and start hitting him with stuff. Let's see if he has a Solemn Judgment. He does have a Solemn Judgment. I knew it. I knew my opponent had a Solemn Judgment. This is why I didn't activate the Rocket Ride's effect yet. With the Rocket Ride, I'll get this and this. Haquero, okay. I'm probably gonna end up losing with the timer ending. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna lose to his. Okay, I don't care about the money. Summon this out. I'm gonna Raigeki him. Special summon out this. Okay. Go into our Warlord Savage. Warlord Borderlord Savage hits the field, activate effect. The card that'll change will be his Golden Lord. Go into battle phase. Oh, have to be quick. Activate Borderlord's effect. It is Golden Lord, and that's gonna be game, right? And that's just game. 7 seconds left on the clock. Anyways, so Borderlord Sword Dragon I rarely use in combos, but this was a perfect example of the Boral Sword Dragon getting used and just OTK, just pushing past your opponent's 3500 Eldritch monster. Oof, that got my heart racing. I'm not gonna lie, 7 seconds left on the clock. But yeah, Boral Sword Dragon is a really good card in our deck, but it's an extremely situational card. Like since the toggle kept going over to opponent's side, I was pretty sure the one card he set down should have been a Solemn Judgment because he was refusing to use that card no matter what I summoned out. I was trying to bait out that card specifically. If he had Solemn Judgment, if he had used Solemn Judgment on our Nightmare Unicorns activation, that probably would have saved him the game, right? And that probably would have made the game GG's for us. I probably would have lost right there. But he chose not to use it, so that's a misplay on his part. Anyways, so many floodgates. Like Eldritch, just more than half their deck is floodgates. Summon limit, mistake, okay, there can be only one. Holy crap, look at that. Look at these three. One imperm, okay. I mean, extra deck for Eldritch doesn't matter unless they are running the Dreadnought version. But he doesn't have the Dreadnought package in his extra deck, so he didn't care about his extra deck. Anyways, that was a really intense game. So on to the next game. It wasn't intense, but it took time for me to explain my thought process, and the time that it took to explain, I ran down the clock, which almost lost me the game. Anyways, new game, Plat 4, Plat 5. Me being Plat 4, opponent being Plat 5. Did win the coin toss. Pretty nice. Let's go. Chose to go first. Again, I know I keep repeating myself. Anytime you have Prankits placed in your hand, even if you have a Prankits named monster to start your combo off of in your hand, always use Prankits place to verify or to check whether your opponent has an Ash Blossom or not, because this could be a really good Ash Blossom eater. So I know for a fact that my opponent doesn't have an Ash Blossom, so I can safely go into my combo without worrying about my opponent Ash Blossoming my combo anywhere down the line that I start comboing. Skill Drain in the hand is pretty good too, unless you're facing against like Eldritch players or the deck that runs Skill Drain itself. What's the other deck that runs Skill Drain? Like, I mean, Grand Maju sometimes runs Skill Drain, Macrocosmos and stuff like that. But anyways, you get my point, right? So we go into a one-card combo. Skill Drain is really good against almost all decks. That's my main point. So let's see. We got our Miyamu on the field. Drops is activated from the graveyard. Again, no Maxi, no Ash Blossom. So now we have to worry about Nibiru. And we'll know whether our opponent has a Nibiru or not on the summon off of the Fancy's effect resolution. So right now I care more about the special summon and Fancy's effect of discarding, so I'm chain linking one Fancy's, chain linking two Doodle-Doo. And off of the Doodle-Doo, like, okay, so now the question is, do I want to go into 2-card combo, right? Because I do have Roxy's in my hand. So I still don't know what kind of deck my opponent could be playing. He could be playing a back row deck, he could be playing Set 5 Pass, he could be playing Sky Strikers, he could be playing like, how many cards? 10, 35. So if I see something like this, like 10 cards in their extra deck, I'm gonna assume they're playing Eldritch. Okay, so I'm gonna assume my opponent was playing some sort of Eldritch. So I was gonna go into a full combo with Rip Roaring Rooster on the field and me being able to fusion summon Battle around my opponent's string. So let's see what kind of deck our opponent was playing. So it wasn't that. It's the Ignite deck. Okay. So this is kind of a new deck that I've seen people play. So far I have run into this deck 3 times. This is the FTK deck because they are running Cyberstein. This is the FTK version of the Ignite deck, and Cyberstein is the one monster that makes it possible for this deck to FTK you. But so far I've run into this deck 3 times. They're in Sekka's Summer Zone, okay. So far I run into this deck 3 times. All 3 times I started going first and my opponent just scooped as soon as my doodle-doo hits the field. This is the second time my opponent scooped as soon as my doodle-doo hit the field. Anyways, on to the next game. So we are 1 win away from Plat 3. Yes. So this game I will save because it was a pretty good game. I can upload it on YouTube. Again, I do have a YouTube channel, guys, if you want to check it out. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, thank you for watching it on YouTube. You guys can check my stream out on Twitch. I stream every day, anywhere. Usually my streaming time would be 12 a.m. to 2 p.m., but sometimes I start early at say like 10:30, and this is all Eastern Standard Time. So yeah. So we did lose the coin toss. I believe the opponent was Plat 5. I'm Plat. They're playing. Oh, so they're playing Ultrageist. Okay. The career of the stars. Much back to your hand. Okay. So I'll just activate Maxi right here. See if he does something with it. He's gonna choose not to do anything. Okay. From the field to the river, add one advanced monster from your deck to your hand. Okay. Like, we do have a pretty bricky hand. Okay, so not bricky anymore. It's a pretty good hand. Okay, so I am gonna Ash Blossom their Maxi. Let's see if they have something to. So they they don't have it, so it's gonna resolve. Okay. So first off, always start off by activating Franken's Place. So they do have something that they can chain to our activation of Franken's Place. One of the cards he set down, I'm assuming, okay, Solemn Judgment. Oh, that's a really good. So as you can see, guys, really sometimes it works wonders. Really good bait to throw out. Like it ate a Solemn Judgment. Like this is the kind of mind games you have to play. If you start with the Prankid's Place, your opponent knows that you are playing a Prankid's version of like something of a Prankid's version. So usually when you start by activating Prankid's Place, your opponent probably will assume that you don't have a Prankid's monster in your hand to start your combo off of. So it's a really good bait card to throw out in case, like in case like this where it ate a Solemn Judgment. Like it directly cut my opponent's life points by half and it ate a Solemn Judgment. So now we could just go into our combo without worrying. So I'm gonna go into my combo. So over here, I have to consider, right? Do I want to keep Instant Fusion in my hand to Solemn Strike? Okay. So, oh man. So yeah, at this point, I have to use Instant Fusion, right? Instant Fusion go into my rocket ride. My opponent had a Solemn Judgment and Solemn Strike. He's down to 2,500 life points, guys. Okay, so I can't even activate. Yeah, but I thought you can. I thought. Okay, so I thought I could still activate Rocket Ride and get Meow Moo and Roxy's out onto the field, but I guess not. The, the effect. So it does say you can tribute this card and target 2 kids, non-fusion monsters with different names in your card for summon them. But like usually with this, even Meow, you can even summon out Meow Moo, right? So I don't understand this. Like this, I know my Rocket Ride can't attack, but why can't I activate its effect? Like if you guys know, just hit me up in the comment section on YouTube, on or Twitch. Like I don't know why. I don't know why that happened. Okay. Yeah, okay. I don't care about that going to the graveyard, but that's the only effect that this card has. He's gonna go into Link Cloud into Link the Reaper. Okay. He's gonna activate that, get a card from his deck to his hand, which is their main monster, Poltergeist Multifaker, and oh man. Was it because of Solemn Strike? I'm assuming it was because of the Solemn Strike that I couldn't do the activation of Rocket Ride. I'm not sure how. Like, even at this point, I'm pretty confused right now. Called by the Grave. I mean, okay. Okay. I mean, he's gonna keep getting monster advantage at this point, and basically Skill Drain is useless because this card activated before Skill Drain, Altergeist Protocol. Okay, this is pretty annoying. Like, I don't have anything. And I'm still confused about the Rocket Ride not going off. Yeah, like if you guys know the card ruling on that, like I don't know the interaction between those cards, so if you guys know the card rulings on that, just hit me up somewhere on YouTube comments or on Twitch. Like I'm pretty confused about the card rulings. Okay, Extia. At this point I can't do anything to stop anything he does. So let's see how far he combos and gets more. Like, does he have enough firepower in his hand or extra deck or, you know, monsters like with effect monsters that he can OTK me? Oh, he can. He can definitely OTK me. Yeah, he can kill me this turn. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6,900. He has 6,900 damage on the field. That's 2,000, 5,000, 6,000, 6,700, 7,000. I mean, okay, it'll take forever. I might as well just surrender. I mean, I know he has enough on the board to kill me. So nothing much to say about the Alter Guys. Like people know what Alter Guys does. It just basically keeps special summoning out monster and returning the monsters back to hand to activate effects to pop your cards or lock you out or stuff like that. So Plat 4 versus Plat 1 did win the coin toss. I'm gonna choose to go first, hoping it's not too much of a brick thing. Okay, 2 Ash Blossoms. So our opponent does have Maxi because his board lighted up. So let's see. Let's hope our opponent doesn't have both Maxi and Ash Blossom, because if he has both Maxi and Ash Blossom, okay, so since if he doesn't Maxi us right here, like this is a smart play. Never Maxi as soon as you see a Prankist monster summoned out on the field. Or for any deck against any deck in general. Never Maxi, even if you know what the opponent's deck does, never Maxi as soon as their monster hits the field, because they can choose to just stop their combo, not go to anything, and the Maxi would be useless. Always Maxi when they start chaining effects to special summon out monsters. So see, as you see, he's gonna change Maxi to my Lamsey's activation. This is a heads up play that people do. Like, just this little tips and tricks you gotta understand is what helps you to become a better player in Master Duel. And our opponent scooped, okay. So we Ash Blossom their Maxi and he scooped. Okay, this is how Plat 1 works, because you can't demote out of Plat 1, so anytime you don't like what your opponents do, or you start with a bad hand, you just surrender and it doesn't matter to you. Game doesn't punish you. Oh, before, okay. I was gonna check out what kind of deck my opponent was playing, but anyways, I'll do it after this game. So, Plat 4 against Plat 5. Okay, not too bad. We did win the coin toss. Again, choosing to go first. So, as I was saying, I know I keep saying this again and again, but it really irks me that Master Duel doesn't have some sort of MMR matchup where people with the same MMR match up against their own players, instead of like a newbie player who just hit Plat 5, came out of gold after grinding out all the lower classes like gold, silver. I mean bronze, silver, gold, and they match up against a Plat 1 player that knows their stuff, and they just like destroy them completely. Like, the mismatch is, anyways. So I am going to start by activating terraforming, see if they have anything. So this shows me that our opponent doesn't have an Ash Blossom, but I'm still going to choose to activate Prankit's place to to search for a Prankit's card. And the card that I showed him of the Prankit's place search, that is the card that I'll summon. So this is another mind game. I'm gonna make my opponent think that I don't have any other named Prankit's monster in my hand, and that's the only one that I had that I can go into combo off of. So, spell summon out a monster, yes, which will be my fancies. Then go into our do play, climb up using Meowmoo and our fancies. Chain link one fancies because I care about the special summon effect more than the do search at this point. So anyways, as I was saying, always utilize the cards that you show your opponent before utilizing the cards that you didn't show your opponent that are in your hand. So it gives you kind of an advantage, because if they know the cards, if they know what cards you have in your hand and you choose not to use them, it lowers the probability of your opponent trying to guess what you may have in your hand, right? So 15, 40. Okay, so I will go into a full combo right here. Trinkets, Fancies, the card I'll discard will be my Pranks. Special summon out a monster, yes. The monster I'll special summon out will be Roxy's. So keep that in mind for going into full combo. So my opponent's board didn't light up, right? So no Nibiru, hoping. If you want to go into a full combo, the card you summon out off of your second graveyard effect activation has to be a card that you don't have in your hand. For in this case, I had Cropses in my hand, so I special summoned Roxy's. So once I go into Pandemonium and okay, my opponent's good. So once I go into Pandemonium and go into Rocket Ride, both my Roxy's and my Dropsies effect can be activated, so I get 2 more special summons on the field. So keep that in mind. So we did hit Plat 3 off of this. Last 2 games, or 3 games, last 2 games, right? Because last to last was Poltergeist. I mean, not Poltergeist, Altergeist. So yeah, this game was Altergeist. These 2 games my opponent just queued for, I don't know, whatever reason. So let's see what my opponent's deck was. So they were playing Altergeist as well. Altergeist, yeah, it was pure Altergeist. There was nothing in there. So Altergeist, let's see what this guy was playing. Shaddoll Invoked. Does he have Dogmatica engine in there? Yeah. So he was playing Shaddoll Invoked Dogmatica. So I don't know why he scooped. I'm guessing he didn't have enough gas in his hand to push through whatever we were gonna put on the field. Anyways, Plat 3, Plat 5. So now we did lose the coin toss. So let's see what kind of starting hand we get first. The starting hand really makes a difference. Fall by the Grave and Impermanence, pretty good, pretty good. I was hoping for a Maxi or an Ash Blossom, but this is pretty good as well. So our opponent is playing Sky Striker. Okay, so he's gonna go into Shizuku off of the token instantly. So I'm guessing he didn't start with the ring in his hand because he chose to do the token play. Okay, Kagari, okay. Goes into Kagari. Okay. I mean, do I want to imperm his Kagari? Yeah, I'll imperm his Kagari. Kagari is limited to 1. They cannot have another Kagari in their deck, so they cannot recycle and go to another Kagari for these combos. I'm gonna imperm his Kagari because I don't want him getting the Hornet drones back into his hand and using it again to summon out another token and going into another monster. Alright, so let's see what we draw. Instant Fusion, not too bad at all. I'll start with my Lamsey, see if he has anything. So he does have something. It could be Widow Anchor, it could be, what else can it be? It could be like Afterburner. I don't know what he could. I know in my head what cards he could have set down, but so one is Called by the Grave, okay. So Called by the Grave hurts us. Alright. So now I kinda have to go into Instant Fusion. Get Rocket Ride out on the field. No, I don't want to activate Rocket Ride's first effect. And then I go into Doodle Stew. Like at this point I'm thinking, right? How can I make it so that I can go into a full combo? Actually, what I should have done was should have gone into Weather Washer off of Instant Fusion. because after the doodle-doo I could have searched for a pandemonium. Yeah, I should have gone into weather washer. Okay, so that was kind of misplay on my part again. Because if I had gone into weather washer, used those two to get doodle-doo, using doodle-doo I could have searched for a pandemonium, and then using the card I have in my hand and doodle-doo gone into rocket ride, which would have allowed me to activate rocket ride and get doodle-doo and another card back onto my field. So yeah, that was a misplay on my part. Okay, so what can I do in this situation right here? Do I want to go into pandemonium so I can go into so that I can go into weather washer in my opponent's turn? That's gonna be the best player, right? Because prank hits pranks, I could use discard this card, get a token. But even if I go into Verte, it wouldn't matter, right? Yeah, even if I go into Verte, I don't have all three named monsters in my graveyard to activate my Thunder Dragon Fusion. So yeah, so Pandemonium is my best option right now. Let's see. I am gonna set down my Pandemonium, set down my Called by the Graves, one of the Called by the Graves. Or do I want to set two Called by the Graves? I don't want to set two Called by the Graves, right? Yeah, I only want to set down one Called by the Graves. Let's see if that's Widow Anchor. I'm gonna try to attack his Kagari. Okay, it's going to go through. Alright, not too bad. Like, no. I accidentally hit main phase 2, but I wanted to end my turn. So I'm gonna end my turn on this. Let's see what our opponent does. Okay, he's gonna draw cards, see if he starts activating stuff. So I know he has drones in his hand, right? One of the cards in his hand or the set down card could be drones. So he can still special summon out a token and go into his Sky Striker monsters. So let's see what he does. Does he activate drones or did he draw into Wraith? Okay, how many spells? He only has 2. So he's going to choose to banish my Rocket Ride. Okay. I'm gonna allow it to happen. I mean, Rocket Ride banishment still doesn't matter because Weather Washer can only special summon out non-fusion monsters, non-fusion prank kids. So he's gonna do engage. He's going to draw 1, draw 2. He's gonna draw 2 cards. One of them is Afterburner. The other one we don't know. Alright, no, I'm not going to activate Pandemonium. Okay, so he's gonna Afterburner. I was waiting to bait out his Afterburner, right? So Afterburner, once he activates his Afterburners, I am going to go straight into Pandemonium into Weather Washer. Okay. I am gonna activate Called by the Grave for his Maxi. I do not want him drawing cards because I am gonna special summon out 3 times, 2 times. Okay, so off of that our opponent just insta-scoop, so fine by me. Anyways, we somehow managed to play through that. So let's see if our opponent was playing pure Sky Strikers real quick. It was not pure Sky Strikers, it was Sky Strikers with Orcust engine built into it. Okay. This has been a recently popular version of Sky Strikers because I've been seeing a lot of Sky Striker Orcust decks. When I like right before season ended, I started seeing this deck really really often too. Anyways, on to the next game. Let's see what we get. Plat 3, perfect matchup. Like, this is how Master Duel should work. Plat 5 should versus Plat 5, Plat 4 should be versus Plat 4. I mean, yeah, right now player base is not that high and players are quitting left and right because Master Duel is not updating their ranked, or like they're trying to get more new content in, but it's not as much as people want, right? Like Master Duel is facing the problem of not releasing new ranks because now people they're they're basically releasing like one or two new solo modes every couple of weeks, and then every couple of weeks they do like a new festival thing. First it was like the Xyz festival, then it was the normal rare festival. Like they're trying to bring new stuff in, but they have to start bringing in new ranks and giving out more rewards for the higher you climb, the harder you stay up there, right? Anyways, no counter for anything, so let's just go into our combo. So our opponent has Maxi, and he's gonna instantly Maxi us, and I can't do anything about it. We have nothing in our hands, so if you want to take the Maxi challenge in the beginning of the game, you can, if you're confident in actually pulling off the Maxi challenge. I'm not. Like, I'm scared because I don't know what my opponent is playing, right? So I'm just gonna end my head because Prank Kid's special summons out way too much. Like, if I start going into my combo, I would have gone into a one card combo, but if I went into a combo, my opponent probably would have had like 10, 12 cards in his hand by the time my combo ended. So we are gonna draw one Nibiru, okay. Sekka's Light, okay, draw two. Is he gonna activate Sekka's Light in his graveyard to switch out a monster for another in his deck? Let's see if he does that. Like, if this is like an Adamancipator or something like that, we're pretty chill because we have Nibiru in our hand. So he's gonna activate this Gizmek and gonna pop my Nancy. There it is. Gizmek has two effects. One is you can special summon Gizmek out on your or opponent's turn by banishing 10 cards face down from your main deck. And another effect is you can banish 3 cards from the extra deck and pop 1 card on your opponent's side. Or pop 1 card on the field. It can be your side, it can be opponent's side. So it's going straight into trying to just OTK us this turn, okay? Oh, he is good. Okay, so this is like the not Kaiju, Grand Maju version. So with this Draglupion, he's gonna go into number 100 Numeron Dragon. There it is. And it's gonna, one material is gonna go straight into 9,000. This card is straight into 9,000 and just, just kill me outright. Okay. So against this deck, if I knew what my opponent was playing, I would have taken the Maxi challenge. Right? Like, if you know your opponent is playing Grand Maju, you kind of want to take the Maxi challenge because they only have dangers. Grand Maju, was that a pure Grand Maju? No, it wasn't. So it was a dangers deck, not pure Grand Maju. Grand Maju Kaiju. It was a Kaiju danger. And Denko Sekka, the card that made me lose 2 games yesterday. Anyways, on to the next game. Plat 3 versus Plat 5, okay. Did lose the coin toss, so I am gonna go second. Yep, there it is. Alright. So I hear a lot of, we started with the Nibiru only as a hand trap. So right now, a lot of people whine about, Master Duel not coming up with new content. That's it? You're just gonna end it the turn? Okay. Okay, that surprised me for a second. Anyways, Master Duel's players' problem with Master Duel is they're not coming out with new stuff, right? People whine about saying the animation time is too long, or the loading time to go into the game is sometimes people say that is too long. But first, let's see what kind of deck our opponent was playing. So, Time Lord? Ancient Gear. Okay, never mind. He was playing Ancient Gear, so he didn't start with a good hand. Did he start with a brick? I'm assuming my opponent started with a complete brick. That's why he just instant surrendered. Anyways, so people complain about mis like I've seen people complain about mismatch of their in their ranks. Like again, Plat 5, Plat 1, then long animation times, then long loading screen times like this, and then connection issues. Like once Konami, and then no new content, no new rank levels. Like they're stuck in platinum for the past three. This is the fourth season, so 3 months, because the first season was for like I would say 10 days. So once Konami starts fixing this kind of stuff, people are gonna start enjoying the game. And Konami has hinted at more ranks later down the line. But anyways, this game, so as you can see, my terraforming did eat up one Ash Blossom. So now we're good to go, and we don't care about Maxi because we have Call by the Grave. So we're pretty chill. We could go into our combo. Come on. Okay, so we go into this is just standard one card combo, and standard one card combo, and if you go through the full combo, it ends on Power Bark and one named Frank's monster on the field with Pandemonium and Frank's Pranks set down in your back row. So off of my fancies, the card you wanna discard from your deck is usually generally Pandemonium. With one card combo, it's always Pandemonium because you need Frank's Pranks. But sometimes later down in your like turn 4, 5, 6, sometimes you want to discard a Frank's Place. Sometimes you want to discard a Frank's Pranks. You know, it's not always Pandemonium. Okay, so is my opponent going to just outright like connection issues? Okay. Anyways, we start our combo off. We climb up into Meowmoo, then we climb up into Doodle-Doo. This is just link climbing, and then chain link on my graveyard effect of Prankage, chain link to Doodle-Doo, because I care more about the special summon effect from the graveyard than my Doodle-Doo search right now. Doodle-Doo will get us our Frank's Pranks, and then we'll special summon out a monster. And this right here is our fifth special summon. Let's see if our opponent's board did light up, so he does have a Nibiru in his hand, and he's gonna instantly Nibiru us. I mean, Call by the Grave does nothing. Nibiru is just gonna clear out my field. Okay. We get a token. Alright. So, even if I activate Frank's Pranks. Yeah, I want to activate Frank's Pranks and draw one card off of it. No. So I'm gonna set my skill drain and my Called by the Grave. Put this on auto. So I do want to draw a card off of Frank's Pranks because it could be an Ash Blossom or a Maxi. So the cards that I'll return will be Doodle-Doo, Pandemonium I'll keep in the graveyard, and Lampseas and Dropseas. Yeah, I'll do that. Doodle-Doo, Lampseas, and Dropseas I'll turn back to my deck and then draw cards, which is Ash Blossom. This is really good for us because we can actually negate something. Turn to draw, I'll instantly pop up one skill drain because I don't want to get Denko Sekad. I've learned my lesson. I'm not gonna be greedy. I'll instantly pop skill drain. Alright, let's see what our opponent does. He does have a 3K monster on the field. He's searching. Okay, I'm gonna let him search. So it is a Sky Striker. Alright. We do have an active Skildred on the field, and we do have a Call by the Grave set down. Now the question is, do I want to Ash... No, I don't want to activate that. Do I want to Ash Blossom the Excavate activation that this card will do? Okay. So it's just spell card activation, so yeah, I have to keep that in mind. It's just spell card activation. Okay, he's gonna pop our token. Let's see if he sets down more cards with his main phase 2. Oh, those were nice pops. Okay, so our whole back row gets wiped. Okay. And that will help him set down more cards. I mean, even if he sets down cards, no. We still have a Harpy's Feather Duster, right? So even if he sets down cards, it's not a big, as much as a problem as we would be facing without Harpies and no other cards in our hand. So it's probably going to go into Shizuku. There it is. Shizuku is going to hit the field, which will, at the end of the turn, it will surge. Like, okay, so at this point, do I want to Ash Blossom a Shizuku play? So during the end phase of this card spell, you can add one special spell from your deck to your hand. Different name from the ones in your graveyard. So it's probably gonna search for Engage, right? Like, do I want him to get... I don't want him getting Engaged in his hand, so I'll just Ash Blossom it. That Harpy's Feather Duster really hit us hard. Let's see, and we drew a brick. Okay. So he can do 3,000, 6,000, and if he gets one more, 6,000, 7,500. He can OTK us next turn. Right? He can, yeah, he can't OTK us, he can. So I will have to set down my Maxi. Yeah, I have to set down my Maxi and pass my turn. Like, I can't leave my board open completely, because he can't just OTK us. Because during battle phase, Shizuku, once it hits us, it can be switched out for Hayate. So that's another 1,500. That's 3,000, so that's going to be 6,000. And then he would just need 2,000 more that he can somehow manage, then he could just kill us. Normal summon Ash, he's going to link climb into Crystron Lucky Fabric, okay. And that's going to allow him to special summon a level 3 tuner from his deck onto the field. So let's see what the tuner he summons is, which effect veiler. One level 3 or lower, okay. Not just level 3, one level 3 or lower, which is his effect veiler. So let's see if he climbs. Yep, he just climbed. Goes into Celine. Celine will get 8. Okay, so how many cards? Yeah. So that's gonna allow him to special summon out by using his counters on Celine. So as you can see, quick effect, you can remove 3 spell counters from your special summon 1 monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position to the zone this card points to, and the monster he special summoned out was effect. It's gonna go into access mode now. Okay, so that's GG because selling is a link 3, so that's 5300 plus 3000. Okay, so that's game for us. Alright, so let's see match history, opponent's deck. He was playing pure Sky Striker. Yeah, that's pure Sky Striker. I mean, the Nibiru play. Usually, Sky Strikers I don't see running Nibiru. That's a really rare thing for Sky Strikers too. Usually they have 3 Effect Veilers, 3 Maxis, no Nibirus. Nibiru would be out 3 Effect Veilers. Or 2 Roses. Anyways, on to the next game. Let's see. Plat 3 versus Plat 5, okay. I mean, whatever, right? Going second. Usually when you go second, you want to have hand traps in your hand. We only started with Ash Blossom. Like going second, you know, like those times when you start with nothing but hand traps in your hand, and you're like, yeah, that's a brick hand, it's GG that going first. But like going second, that hand feels oh so good. What's this? He's playing a Speedroid, okay. Leaders of X-Men, Wind Monsters, okay. So, do I speed? This is the Speedroid. This deck, I'm pretty sure he's playing the Baron de Fleur card, because usually Speedroids they go into Baron de Fleur, which is an Omni with the new card that got released with the new pack, which is an Omni Negate. But let's see what our friend is like. I'm not too sure if Ash Blossoming this was the right play, but I'll just Ash Blossom it. Okay, so apparently it was the right play. Alright, so let's see what we draw. Skill Drain, nice. Really good card against any combo decks. So I'll start by activating Terraforming to check for an Ash Blossom, which our opponent does have. Let's see if he chooses to use it. He does not. I'll get my Prankis placed. Activating Prankis place, let's see if he chooses to Ash Blossom this. He does, so he successfully managed to bait out his Ash Blossom, right? So now we can go into our combo, hoping our opponent doesn't have a Maxi because that's his combo stopper for us. So anyways, we go into our combo, let's see. So it's not gonna activate his set down card or activate anything in his hand that he may have. We're gonna start our 1 card combo, Chain Link 1 Pansy, Chain Link 2 our Prankis Plays. Again, he could have an Effect Veiler in his hand, so this Chain Linking block is so that our opponent, if our opponent has Effect Veiler wouldn't be able to negate this. The card we send to our graveyard will be Pandemoniums, since we have Pranks in our hand. Spell summon out a monster, and spell summon all my dropsies. Let's see if he does something, still no. Okay, so we're gonna keep Link climbing. We're gonna go into our Doodle-Doo. Let's see if our opponent does something now. So I don't care about Doodle-Doo search effect, right? Because we already have a Pandemonium in our graveyard. So Impermanence. Okay, so that was the thing that was on his build that he kept toggling. Impermanence doesn't matter to us because we can go into another Doodle-Doo, and 1 card combo requires us to go into another Doodle-Doo. So this search denial doesn't matter. And once Doodle-Doo gets impermed, and he has Nibiru, okay. This is... wow, what can I say? Wow. 2 games in a row, Nibiru on my 5th special summon. Okay. So I'll just Raigeki is Nibiru. I don't want that big body on the field. I'll set down my skill drain. How many cards do I have? One, two, yeah. So I'll activate Prank Hits Pranks. Oh, that was the imperm column. Oh, I made the same mistake again. Oh well. I made the same mistake of putting in an imperm. I have to start remembering what column my opponent puts their imperm in. So as soon as the turn flips over, I'll activate skill drain. I will not be greedy with my skill drain. Alright, let's see. Let's see what he climbs into. Okay. High speed ride Kanibara. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. At the start of damage step, if this card battles against 200 attack. Okay. So with the graveyard, you can target one band speed add it to your hand. Okay. So now I have to hope I draw a monster or a starter card for my combo. Polymerization. Polymerization is useless. So all I can do is end my turn and then activate Prankus Pranks. Let's see, Doodle Doo, this and this. Again, Doodle Doo, Pansies and not Pansies, Doodle Doo, Lamseeds and Dropsies. And we did search, we did hit a Prankus place. Oh man, so if we, but no, once it goes back it shuffles the deck, right? So yeah, it wouldn't have hit Prankus place. I was gonna say if we had managed to activate Prankus Pranks last turn, then the draw in our phase would have been Prank's place that would have drawn, but the deck shuffles after the 3 cards go back, so it wouldn't work that way. Anyways, let's see. So here's to hoping the card in his hand is not an Ash Blossom, because if that card in his hand is Ash Blossom, we're gonna be pretty screwed right now. Oh my god, it's that. Like, how? How can I be so unlucky? Okay, again, end my turn. I am gonna activate Prank His Pranks again. The cards I'll get back Pranks. Meowmoo. Do I want to keep Meowmoo in my graveyard? No. Or do I? No. I'll get the Meowmoo. I'll keep the Pandemonium in the graveyard. I'll get the Meowmoo back. Let's see. Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave is pretty useless. So let's see. What were the chances, right? Their opponent, one card he drew was an Ash Blossom. Like, what are the chances? He just keeps boinking my face for 2,000 every turn. For the past 2 turns, 3 turns, 2 turns. Another skill drain, another dead card. Okay. I have so many starter cards in my deck, and I'm drawing this garbage right now. Okay, let's see. No, don't want to activate my Call by the Grave. No. So let's see what he does. Like, as long as I can get one card, right? What's this? Speedro Scratch. Okay. And he's gonna get the Speed Ride. Okay. No. Speed Ride. Tectone Port. Tectumber, okay. I'm not too familiar with the Speedroid deck. All I know is that Speedroid's deck is used to go into Baron de Fleur. Like Speedroid is a Synchro Climb deck, that's all I know. And I know the effects of the boss monsters, that's it. I don't know what the actual deck is. Like, I don't know their normal monsters effects, because I haven't read. So if we don't draw into something now, it's basically game over. Because I need to have some kind of body on the field to block the next. Oh, thank God, Franken's place. Okay. So now we can actually go have something on the field. And I'm gonna start with Dropsies because I desperately need life points right now. Like I was saying, I have so many starter cards in my deck. I specifically designed my deck in a way that more than half my deck is is some kind of a combo starter card. And I drew Thrash for 3 straight turns. Not 3, 2. Because one got Ash Blossom. Special summon out a monster. Yes, please. Please let me climb into my combo. So Doodle Doo's effect, search effect will be denied, but we don't care. We have a polymerization in our hand. Let's see. I care more about the special summon effect again. If my opponent had something in his hand, at this point I would care more about the special summon, and Doodle Doo would be negated anyways because of skill drain. So that's why Fancies was Chainless 1. Special summon out a monster, yes, which will be my Lances. Now, here's the question, right? Do I want to go into Totally Awesome? I do, right? I do. Yes, I do want to go in Totally Awesome. I will banish the skill drain that I have in my hand. So the cards I need to get out are Pandemonium. And do I want to get another Pranket's place out? Yes, I want to get another Pranket's place out. What did I just do? I messed up the combo. Oh my God, I messed up the combo. Oh well. I guess I'll just discard. I was supposed to get a named Pranket's monster. I was thinking so far ahead that I forgot to actually do the combo I was supposed to do. Like I was thinking about later when what I want to use Totally Awesome on, what I can attack. Do I want to go into Nightmare? And I just messed up the combo. Anyways, let's see. No. What do I have in my graveyard? I have a Doodle Doo, right? So I'll just activate Polymerization and go into my Rocket Ride. I mean, technically I didn't mess up the combo since I had Prank's Pranks on the field, but still, this is not how the combo is supposed to work. You're supposed to get a named Prank's monster, use Polymerization, and go into Rocket Ride with the monster you have on the field and the one you got from your graveyard off of the Doodle Doo. But anyways, we could still go into Totally Awesome combo because we had Prank's Pranks and a Pandemonium to discard from our hand. Activate my Lamses in the graveyard. So will I go into another Fusion Summon this turn? No, right? I won't go into another Fusion Summon. But activating place on just Rocket Ride itself is useless because Rocket Ride I'm gonna send to the graveyard anyways. So it doesn't matter right now, right? Yeah. Special summon a monster, yes, which will be my Dropsies, and no. Activate your Rocket Ride. One of them has to be Dropsies, the other one doesn't matter, it could be anything, but at this point, since I did mess up my combo, I can't go into Bawa Bark, so I will choose to get my Doodle Doo on the field. because I want to be able to activate Doodle Doo on my next turn. No, then I'll special summon totally. At this point, I could go into access code, but there's no point, right? Because I can't OTK him. Even with this, I can't OTK. Yeah, so I do want to go into totally. Face up attack. And then set down my Pandemonium because off of the totally, I will get Dropsies back into my hand, right? Go into battle phase. What's this effect? This card can make a set of attack to each battlefield at the start of the damage step if this card battles. Oh, that's gonna get negated. I don't care about that effect. I was like, what's that effect activating? Like, so he'll get one Speedroid monster from his graveyard. Oh, so do I want him to get it? I mean, yeah, I'll allow it. I don't care about that because the effect will get negated once it hits the field anyways. So yeah, so I'll just go into end phase. Prank his pranks. So what do I have in my graveyard, right? So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, yes. I'll activate Prank his pranks on this. So 1, 2, and 3. I'll get back. Actually, you know what? I'll get Pandemonium back because I have a Pandemonium set on the field. I don't want 2 Pandemoniums in rotation. I want to keep the named monsters for the Battle Butler combo into my graveyard. So in case if I go into Thunder Dragon Fusion, I have enough in my graveyard to go into Battle Butler. Yeah, I want to do it that way. So let's see what our opponent does. I know one card he has is the Speedroid monster. We don't know what the other card is. No, don't want to use Pandemonium. Distribute itself. Okay, which I am going to deny him of. I don't want him getting another monster on the field, so I'll deny him his effect. I'm going to activate Totally Awesome's effect, get Dropsies from my graveyard back into my hand. No, don't want to activate Pandemonium just yet. Let's see. Okay. So, no, not yet. He could go into Link Summon. Let's see if he goes into a Link Summon or something. If he ends his turn on this, I'll go into Pandemonium and get my... Okay, so he did go into... He's going into a Synchro Summon, not Link. Okay. What is this card? Okay, may this card's attack become double. Its current attack can done with the demo step once per turn during the end phase. This card is in rare because Synchro Summon card will send it from the graveyard. It can target one Spirit monster in your graveyard, except itself and add it to your hand. Okay. So I'm gonna wait till my opponent hits end turn to activate my Pandemonium. So there it is. I am gonna activate Pandemonium. Go into... Like, okay, so do I want to go into... What do I have in my graveyard? I have one of each, right? I have one of each. So I can use... How many Meow Mews? I only have one Meow Mew. So I'll go into Weather Washer. Yeah, I'll go into Weather Washer with the 2 cards that I have in my hand. Weather Washer will come on the field. I'll Chain Link, Dropsies, Landseas 1, 2, and then Chain Link 3 my Prank is placed. So I'll boost up my monsters on the field by 500, so Doodle Doo is 25, and my Weather Washer will be 25. Oh, our opponent's 200. Okay, so Yeah, but it would have been pretty much over after that. Like even if I went into Rocket Ride, right? Because Weather Washer, I would have to tribute itself because I had skill drain on the field, so I can't use Meowmu to use its effect. So I would have lost 25 on the field anyway. So either Weather Washer or Rocket Ride wouldn't have mattered at that point. Whatever I summoned, it would have been tributed anyways. Okay, so let's see what kind of deck our opponent was playing. As you can see, Baron de Fleur, he was playing the Baron de Fleur Speed Run version. The Baron de Fleur, the new pack that came out, it's like a support pack for Speedroid. Like it really boosted Speedroid up in the tier list. Anyways, 3 more wins to Plat 2. Let's see if we can get to Plat 1 today. What time is it? Let me just check the time real quick. So it's currently 12:11. I started streaming at 10:30ish. I think I could get to Plat 1 by today. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could get to Plat 1 by today. So Plat 3, Plat 4, let's see how the game goes. Not too much of a bricky hand. Pretty decent, I would say. Nothing against their Ash Blossom, but let's see. Let's see if we can bait out. So they don't have an Ash Blossom, which is nice. And we have a counter for their Maxi. So we're pretty good to go on that. So the card I'll add will be Lamseed. And almost all the time, the card that you show your opponent off of the Prank's Place Search is the card that you want to use to start your combo off of. Because the less information your opponent has about the cards in your hand, the more likely they'll make a misplay and you can punish them for it, right? So because if they have the information of the cards that you have in your hand, they know that like if say it's a monster in your hand, then your opponent knows it's not a hand trap or a spell card. It's one less hand trap or spell card in your hand. And that could apply for anything. Like if they know it's a spell card, then it can't be a monster trap card. So anyways, limit the amount of information that you give to your opponent is what I'm saying with this. Spell summon out a monster, yes. So with this, I probably will go into a full combo by banishing the imperm that I have in my hand, but let's see. But first of all, we have to see if our opponent Nibiru's us, because I've been getting Nibiru for the past 2 games in a row. Chainlink 1 Fancies, Chainlink 2 I mean, I wouldn't even be mad, but I wouldn't be mad if I had like an Instant Fusion or Monster Reborn in my hand because I could have just played through Nibiru, but I didn't get an Instant Fusion or a Monster Reborn in my hand in those 2 games. Card from my... So I have a Pandemonium in my hand, right? So the card I'll get will be a Prank's Pranks. Off of the Fancies, I'll discard another Pandemonium because I want to keep 2 Pandemoniums in rotation. Special summon out a monster, which will be my drop key. So no board light up, so hopefully no Nibiru. I'll go into Pandemonium. Activate activate Pandemonium, go into Rocket Ride. Off of my Pandemonium using the Dropsies and the Roxies that I have in my hand. Face up attack. Okay, so chain link, start the chain off with Dropsies, chain link it to Roxies, and then chain link 3 to Rocket Ride. I'm not gonna activate Prank's Place Effect because all the stuff that I have currently on my field will get tributed or used up as a material for Link Summon. The card I'll banish will be Impermanence. Let's see what we draw. Skill Drain, pretty good. Special summon out a monster, yes. I'll get Fancy and Roxies onto my field. And then using the Fancies and Roxies that I got on my field, I'll go into a Bow Wow Bark. And as always guys, with the full combo, always keep the spot under the Doodle Tree open, otherwise you won't be able to do this combo. link summon, the arrow that points has to be open. The space under it has to be open. Otherwise, if you try to link summon your power bark, the game is gonna prompt you to use up your doodle because there is no extra monster space or link spots to summon out your power bark. So keep that in mind. So using the power bark and doodle I go into my rip roaring rooster, and then you activate your rocket rides effect. You get out your power bark and doodle from your graveyard. At this point, you can place them anywhere, but generally, I always like to keep the spot under my extra monster zone that I link summon my monster and open, so it kind of becomes my habit. So it becomes a muscle memory. So usually that's why I keep the spot under extra monsters and then I link summon and open. So anyways, you activate your doodle get your pandemonium, and one of the cards that you need for your Battle Butler combo out of your graveyard and into your hand. And that's that. You activate your Prank Its Pranks. No, I'm gonna set down my skill drain right here, set down my pandemonium right there, and put this on. Never forget to put the toggle this on before you end your turn. And then end my turn, and then I'm gonna activate Prank Its Pranks, which will be getting back Rocket Ride and Doodle Doo is a must. I wouldn't say must. Like I don't care about getting another Doodle Doo into my back into my extra deck, right? Because I probably won't go into a full 2 Doodle Doo combo. So Rocket Ride, 1 Roxy's and 1 Fancy's since I have 1 Fancy's in my hand. So I'll get those 3 cards back into my deck and then draw a card which will be Lampsey's, pretty nice. So opponent draws a card. I'll instantly okay, so I'll instantly activate, first of all, Power Bark. Like, I was considering whether I want to activate Skill Drain first and then do Power Bark, but I'll just do Power Bark first. So the card I really need is Dropsies, because I have the other 2 cards. So one I'll get Dropsies, the other will be Lampsey's. Sure, why not? Lampsey's. And so at this point, I'm wondering, do I want to greed again? Do I want to wait to use 1 Battle Butler pop and then activate Skill Drain? Or, like, is my opponent gonna punish me with a Denko Sekka instantly and just lock me out of my back row, right? So I'll instantly activate Skill Drain at this point. I'm not gonna take a chance because I'm running into people running Denko Sekka really often now. And if you guys don't know what Denko Sekka, what it does is once it's on the field, if the person that summoned the Denko Sekka don't have any set back row, so they don't have any set spell traps in their back row, your opponent cannot activate their back row cards, their set back row cards. Okay, so we're playing against an Eldritch, Cursed Eldland, so I know it's an Eldritch. So what I will do is, do I want to instantly go into Battle Butler? That's the question. Do I want to? No, I'll wait. I'll wait 1 or 2 set cards, then I'll go into Battle Butler. Let's see what they do. Now the question is, do I want to Ash Blossom this? Do they have Golden Lord in their hand? Because if they have Golden Lord in their hand and I Ash Blossom this, it's basically useless. So it's kind of like a mind game again, but I will Ash Blossom this. I'm banking on the fact that my opponent doesn't have a Golden Lord in their hand. Let's see. No. So he probably doesn't have a Golden Lord in his hand. So he's searching for a Golden Lord. So he will banish 6 cards. No, no, no Golden Lord, no Golden Lord, no Golden Lord, no Golden Lord. Nice. So he didn't hit a Golden Lord off of the pile of P. So at this point, I'm pretty sure my opponent doesn't have a Golden Lord in his hand because he's desperately trying to search for a Golden Lord. So I'm gonna assume he'll probably get a summon limit. Golden Land Forever. Yeah, I don't think he'll get Golden Land Forever. He'll probably get summon limit or Sanguine. Yep, he got summon limit because he knows we're playing prank kids. So prank kids needs to go into combos to climb up. Summon limit really restricts prank kids. So let's see. Okay, so he did have a way to special out his uh, Golden Lord. So what I would do, I'll go into my Battle Butler right now. Yeah, I'll go into my Battle Butler right now. So okay, so do I want to go into Battle Butler or prank his Weather Washer? Now that's the question. Because Weather Washer will make it so that when I go into attack mode on my turn, he cannot act. But that's too far out, right? So I'll just go into Battle Butler. Because even if he pops our Battle Butler, we can still activate its Graveyard effect, which will... Oh, and our opponent's... Okay. So, as I was saying, even if our opponent somehow outdid our Battle Butler, its Graveyard effect would be activated, which will allow us to get either a Foul Bark or Doodle 2 back onto the field, which we can use in our next turn, and with three more monsters off of my Graveyard effects of the Prank Kids cards. So yeah, Battle Butler would have been the right call over there. Yeah, so let's see. Was he playing Pure Eldritch? Pure Eldritch. Look at the floodgates. But every time I look at an Eldritch deck, the amount of floodgates really really pisses me off. Floodgate, 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 floodgate. What else? Floodgate. Destruction, destruction. This is banishment. I mean, come on, man. Anyways, on to the next two. We need like what? One more win? Two more wins for Plat 2. Let's see. Plat 3, Plat 5. Okay. Nice. Not too bad at all. Now let's just hope we don't start with a solid brick hand. Let's see. Okay. So I had a brick hand, but not a good hand either. So my opponent does have Maxi, as shown by the toggle that went on his side. And this hand is... Normally, you don't want to start with 4 prank kid named monster in your hand. The best start would be having like 2 named prank kids monster in your hand, 1 Ash Blossom, 1 Called by the Grave, that's 4 cards, and then like 1 Instant Fusion or 1 Monster Reborn, because that will allow you to play through anything your opponent throws at you. Maxi, Ash Blossom, and Nibiru. That would be like the optimal hand, I would say. Anyways, so my opponent does have Maxi, and there's the Maxi. Like so, I don't want to take the Maxi challenge. Even if I lose, I'm okay with it. I don't want to take the Maxi challenge, not knowing what kind of deck the opponent is playing. So right now, my hands are off of my mouse and keyboard since I have no hand trips in my hand. I can only wait for my opponent to pass his turn and see what's up after that. And okay, so he sets down 3 card and just surrenders. I mean, what? Let's see what kind of deck they were playing. Shadal, Dogmatica, Invoked, okay. So, did they not start with somehow trying to go into Alistair or something? I don't know. Probably started with like a Super Poly or a Fusion, or it could be Schism. I mean, since he set down 2 back rows and probably the card he had in his hand was a Shadal that he set down. That he set face down. Anyways, like I can't speculate any more than that. I'm just assuming he started with a bad hand. So let's see. Plat 3, Plat 1. Like, not trying to be bitchy about it, but so far, every time that I have played against Plat 1, I always seem to lose the point toss, which is really weird. Anyways, and he's playing the Cancer deck. Okay. The lock you out of special summon deck. Alright. And this, like these two this card makes it so that if you ram into this monster during damage calculations, if you ram into this monster, its attack becomes whatever is higher of your opponent's. Meaning, if your opponent has a higher defense, then it takes up that defense plus 100. If your opponent's card has a higher attack, it gains attack plus 100. So any battle, this card will win. So I'll search. Let's see if he Ash Blossoms this. If he Ash Blossoms this, then I have to set down an Ash Blossom and pass my turn. No. Yes. I'll get Pansies, yeah. Set down Pansies, set down Skill Drain. I mean, Pandemonium wouldn't do anything. I'm locked out of my special, of my extra deck special summons. Like these two cards. What am I supposed to do with this? So I don't think this deck even if Denkoseka is on the field, it wouldn't matter because they do have set back row. So I'm not gonna activate Skill Drain just yet. I'm gonna wait. Let's see. Oh my god, that's the Macrocosmos. I mean, as long as my Skill Drain is on the field, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty okay with this. So I'm just gonna activate Skill Drain right now. Oh my god. Come on, Dark Brides. That just sucks so much. Like, my Skill Drain got denied. Oh no. Macrocosmos plus extra deck lockout. Oh, another Skill Drain. Nice. So I'll set Call by the Grave. This. Set an Ash Blossom. I mean, I guess this is all I can do. Like, let's just hope the other Skill Drain doesn't get popped too. So I'll just activate Skill Drain right now. So I have hit myself for 2k. Okay. So this is like the perfect thing. Like you see these two cards locked out of extra deck, locked out of like Macrocosmos, and then neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand except by drawing them. So like Droolan Lockbreak. Like you see this? You see this? Such a stupid deck. So I need my Prank Kid's place to go off. So I'll start with Raigeki. Perfect. So what does that card do? I forgot. What's the graveyard effect? This phase of cards in the graveyard. Play left final or place this card on either the top or bottom of your deck. Okay, so I don't care about that. He's gonna put it on the top of your deck. Yeah, I don't care about it. I'll activate. So here's hoping he doesn't have an Ash Blossom. If he has an Ash Blossom, oh thank God. I mean, I do have a Call by the Grave, but still, it's kind of like you know, like the response to yes at the designated card. I'm in desperate need of life points. Prank Kids Dropsies. So I'll put this on auto. I don't want my Call by the Grave activation popping over and over. So hoping that's not a Call by the Grave. Right? Oh, is it a torrential? And I have nothing on that. I now have nothing on the field. So if he just normals out one monster and hits me in the face, it's done. It's game. Okay, so now I have to hope he doesn't draw a monster. Like the card he drew, I know is the moon thing, and he has a monster. Okay, I mean that's just game now. I mean, yeah, sure, I'll activate Call by the Grave. Oh man, Solemn Strike. Okay. So the thing with Solemn Strike is if they Solemn Strike the first Meowmoo combo, you cannot activate the graveyard effect of the Prankets that you sent in the graveyard. So yeah. Anyways, like that would have been an epic comeback, but you know, whatever. So, Plat 3, which is Plat 1. See what I mean? Every Plat 1 game, I lose coin toss. every game I go against Plat 1, I lose coin toss. Alright, let's see what hand we start with. Just one Ash Blossom, two Skill Drains. Okay. Let's see what deck our opponent is playing. Hopefully it's not the Cancer deck. Come on, man. Don't play that Lockout deck. Pot of D. Top. I want to see what he's gonna. I want to see what kind of deck they're playing. So they are playing the Cancer deck, the actual Cancer deck right now, the Nurse Burn. All right. So it is Nurse Burn. So one card set down could be Banquet of Millions, or yeah, I'm not gonna allow him to redraw. I'll just Ash Blossom the reload. That could be Banquet of Millions or DD Dynamite. We don't know. Let's see. And yep. He's gonna send two cards from his hand and then recycle them for two more cards. Okay. Hopefully lose. Yes! Lost the coin toss, so I get two and he doesn't get it. Yes. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh man, card of the Come on, so many card draws. This deck is so stupid. He's gonna draw one more. Ah. So much card draw engine. Okay. Okay. So he probably drew another. I think Maxi is useless. He's gonna tribute the Lilith. And excavate. So if he shows me two DD Dynamite and one Banquet of Millions, then I know that one of those two cards, that's game. If he shows me three Banquet of Millions, that's game as well. So yeah, that's game. Since he showed me 3 Banquet of Millions, these 2 cards he set down are Didnt. I mean, that's just game over now. Like, this deck is so stupid. He's gonna start activating this stuff. Banquet of Millions, banish my whole extra deck, and then Didnt, which is gonna hit me for 9,000. He managed to, like, you guys see why this deck is called Cancer Deck, right? Like, Konami has to do something about this deck. Like, say you were Platinum 2, 1 game away from Platinum 1, you tried really hard doing all that, and then you run into this deck and your opponent kills you. How bad would you feel about it? Like, how much would you rage over it? I mean, doesn't matter what I activate, it doesn't even... Oh, with a Trap Trick. Okay, so Trap Trick will get him another Dynamite, which he will just use and kill me. So send one, banish one, set down the other. 45, and then he's going to activate the other Dynamite, and boom, another 45. Like, you see, this is all in my draw phase. It's not even in my main phase. If I, like, if this combo would be allowed in your main phase, then you could actually Harpy's Feather Duster or something their back row, right? But it's not even in your main phase, it's in your draw phase. Like, Konami has to, for this to not work, Konami probably has to make Dynamite either limited or semi-limited. I mean, then semi-limit their card of Demise. Like, they'll semi-limit so much stuff for the deck to now match. Like, semi-limiting Dynamite would be the best thing. Not semi-limiting it to 1 card. That would just outright thrash this deck. Semi-limiting it with having 2 Dynamites would still make it possible for this deck to work, but not with Trap Trick. Anyways, new game against Eldritch. And we have Harpy's Feather Duster, okay. But we don't have an Ash Blossom, so he does get the Eldritch in his hand. So 1 card set down, okay, 2 cards, 3 cards, 4 cards. Alright. I mean, Nibiru's useless. So I'll start with my normal summon. See if it does so. Summon limit, okay. Now, all I can hope is him not having Solemn Judgment set up on the field. Because if he has Solemn Judgment, we're pretty dead. Okay, so special summon 1 zombie. What else does he have? Hey, he doesn't have Solemn. That's really good for us. I mean, I don't care about one Eldritch being on the field. What else did he have? He had Torrential set down and Aquera. What did he send? He sent Conquistador. Okay. So he can set down 2 cards. He can set down 3 cards. So we somehow have to go up to Rip Roaring Rooster. Right? We have to somehow go up to Rip Roaring Rooster. But now the thing is, do I want to go up to the Rip Roaring Rooster or Totally? The Totally will only negate 1 of 1. So I kind of want to go into Rip Roaring, right? Special summon out a monster, yes. Yeah, I kind of want... Not kinda, I have to go up to it when you start to counter our revolting. Even if it means that I have to stack my doodle do and power bark. Yeah, so kinda have to do it that way. So I will get Prank Kids Pranks off of the doodle do search, and I will discard a Pandemonium off of my Fancies, special summon out, yes, which would be my Lamseys, activate Prank Kids Place, get a card, yes, which will be my Roxy, so now I can go into my full combo with this, right? I could actually OTK him this turn, right? Yeah, I could OTK him this turn itself, because he can only set down at the end of my turn, right? With this card in your beard, you can send one spectral card. Control the graveyard of this card to your hand. Yeah, yeah. I can OTK him. Oh, nice. I can OTK him because of this now. Okay, and then no to the chain link up there. Like I know he doesn't have it inside. Okay, so he surrendered. He probably knows I can OTK him this turn. Anyways, that Harpy's Feather Duster and him not having a Solemn Judgment. Ah, perfect. It's like a marriage made in heaven. Alright. Excuse me. So let's see if it was pure Eldritch. Like I like looking at my opponent's decks when I 60 cards Eldritch. So it wasn't just pure Eldritch. Well, it was pure Eldritch, but he had the grass looks greener to cull his deck, so he can get more cards into the graveyard. He had Reasoning, Card of Demise, Metal Force Fusion. He had Foolish Burial, and the Fairy Tale Snow to banish 7 cards and then special summon itself on the field, and then you make 1 card on the field go face down defense. So he was playing. This is a pretty expensive deck, not gonna lie. Holy crap! A 2 Super Dreadnought into Juggernaut. There's a Gustav, Zeus. Like these are all just banish cards for banish effect. He probably wouldn't go into this, but these are his core cards. And this, damn. Anyways, on to the next game. Let's see. Plat 3 versus Plat 4. Okay. Nice. So, I want to ask you guys, like, what do you guys think? When will Konami actually start to release their stuff? Like, I know they speculated their date, but like, when do you guys think Konami would start releasing their stuff? Or a better question yet, like, would you grow tired of Konami not releasing their stuff, and you just quit the game? Like, would you quit the game if they don't release stuff for 2 more months? I don't know. Like, would I keep playing the game if they don't release any more stuff for 2 more months? I'm not even sure about it right now. Anyways, like this is a brick hand. Like it's a soft brick. It's not a hard brick, it's a soft brick because if the Ash Blossom the prank is place search, we're pretty much screwed. So it's not gonna Ash Blossom the prank kid's place search. But he can Ash Blossom. So now I know he has an Ash Blossom, right? So he can Ash Blossom my first prank kid's graveyard effect. So let's see if he chooses to Ash Blossom the first prank kid's graveyard effect. Will he Ash Blossom it? Let's see. Because this is another mind game, right? Because if I have like a fusion spell and 1 named Franken's monster in my hand, I could still go into Rocket Ride and go into my combo from there. So he's probably and he's gonna Ash Blossom it, okay. Like generally when you're up against prank kids, you always almost always want to Ash Blossom their first Prankets card graveyard effect too. And because if they, the chance of them having an answer to that is really, really low, as in my case right now. So all I can do is put this on and then my turn. I do have Nibiru and Ash Blossom in my hand, so if it's a combo deck, I'm pretty safe. If it's, I don't know, if it's something else, I'm pretty screwed. If it's not a combo deck, I would say I'm pretty screwed. But let's see. So our opponent is taking his time thinking about his play. So anyways, as I was saying, what would you like Konami to release in that time? Kaiju, so he's playing Numeron OTK? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's playing Numeron OTK. Oh, nope. Fairy Tail Luna, what does this do? Spellcaster monster from deck to your hand was prevented from target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Your opponent sends one card with that monster's name from the deck right to the graveyard to negate this effect. Otherwise, return both this card and that monster to your hand. Do I? I'll Ash Blossom it. I don't know what this deck is. Like, I have an idea in the back of my mind, but I don't know what it actually does. So this was their normal summon, right? Okay. So they're out of normal summon. Okay, so now they're going to go to special summon, okay. Special summon out Thunderbird, okay, which allows them to draw a card. It's gonna hit for 28. Let's see if they set any back rows. Nothing? Okay. So we know he has a Kaiju in hand. One of the cards is Kaiju. No, I don't want to Ash Blossom my own cards. Please, game. Please. Like, another thing I find frustrating is this specific thing for Konami. Like, they give you an option to negate your own stuff. Like, I know some decks need that kind of stuff, but like, they should have an option in toggle where, you know, you can turn it in settings where you can turn it off, saying like, no, don't show cards that can negate in my hand that can negate my own cards. Like, I want a setting button in the setting like that. Okay, so deck to my hand, I'll get Lampseas because I do have a Dropsies in the graveyard, and I do have a Thunder Dragon Fusion in my hand. So let's see if I can OTK. I don't think I can OTK him this turn itself, right? Yeah, I don't think I can OTK him because I don't have enough gas in my hand to OTK him this turn itself. So I do this even though I know he doesn't have an Ash Blossom, I still do this because it's like a muscle memory for me now. Chain blocking, and with decks you play, if you have chain blocking mechanisms, like even if even if you know your opponent doesn't have any negates in their hand, or if your opponent used up their negates, still use the chain blocking so it becomes like a muscle memory for you. So at this point, I still care more about the special summon effect more than the search effect. So since this is a one card, I need to have Prank is Prank off of the do search, and then I'll discard a Pandemonium. And now we have to hope our opponent doesn't have a Nibiru in their hand, because if they have a Nibiru in their hand, wait, actually can be OTK because I can get Battle Butler on the field, right? But I don't have a name. I don't have a Prankets card in my hand. That's okay. So Prankets. If I had a Prankets card and Pranks in my hand, I could have OTK'd him because I could have gone into access code with Battle Butler on the field. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what I can do with this play once I can actually play. So do I want to go into... Do I want to go into another dropsies or do I want to straight into roxies? Uh, okay, so our opponent's moved. Alright. Connection failed, so... Okay, so his connection failed. Either he rage quit or he connection failed, either way. So as I was saying, we had Thunder Dragon Fusion in our hand, we had the materials in our graveyard to go to Battle Butler, and using Thunder Dragon Fusion, Prank Kid's place would have been activated because we activated a Prank Kid's Fusion. So, but Butler would have been 3,500, even if I put down another monster on the field, 2,500. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to OTK him, right? I don't think I would be able to OTK him. So let's see. He was playing he did have Denko Sekka. See, this is what I'm saying. I'm running into this card way more often now, Denko Sekka. So that's why I'm trying not to be greedy anymore and activating Skill Drain before Denko Sekka hits in my opponent's draw phase. So he was playing Kaiju Danger with his... Was he playing Dingirsu, then Draglubion with Numeron, Baron de Fleur with... This is like the Xenophoid Sky Prison. This is like for grindy games because it gets 100 attack and defense for every card in your graveyard. Like that's both graveyards, yours and your opponent's. You have Lancelot, yep. So Lancelot, you hit your opponent in the face. You go into Dingirsu into Zeus. So yeah, he did have the full combo package deck. Anyways, one more win for Plat 2. Let's see if we win this. Perfect. Plat 3 versus Plat 3. Again, this is how the matchup should go. And I guess Konami will start doing like evened out matchups once there are more people playing the game. That's what I'm assuming. Because uh, there are a lot of people quitting the game because of the stuff that Konami is not doing. As I mentioned before, the 4 things that Konami is not doing, right? So yeah. Excuse me a minute. So let's see. We have Maxi and Call by the Grave. But Call by the Grave in our hand is useless right now. Because Call by the Grave can only be... Call by the Grave won't be able to get used on my opponent's turn. So only Maxi is the viable option. Only Maxi is the only thing that can be activated. Pot of P. How many? 3, 10, 11, 12, 13. So my opponent is not playing an extra deck. So it's Drytron, okay. My opponent is playing Drytron. So all cards are Drytron. So yeah, so he is playing Drytron, so I'll just activate Maxi instantly once he gets the effect resolution of Pot of P and gets 1 card from his deck into his hand. So I'm assuming it's probably gonna be either Drytron Fafnir or Alpha. I'm banking on more on the fact that he'll get Alpha over Fafnir. Because if he had Alpha Zeta combo, he wouldn't use Pot of P, right? Like, there's no reason. So you got Meteor. Okay, so you got Meteor Dry. Meteonis Drytron off of the search, okay. I am gonna put this on so I can pop my Maxi as soon as I can. Yep, activate Maxi and then put it on auto. So he does have something to answer it, okay. And okay, so our opponent chose not to do anything and he's just gonna pass the turn over to us. So we are protected against their Maxi and Ash Blossom, but just one, either one, not both. And we are protected against Nibiru as well. So they do have a Maxi. Let's see if they instantly use their Maxi. If they maxi, I have to call by the grave, even if it stops her play. Alright, I'm okay. I'm completely okay with that. I'm completely okay with my Prankets place eating up their Ash Blossom. So now we could chill and go into a combo. So there it is. They have a maxi. Perfect. Called by the grave. They're maxi. Chilling. Go into our combo. So we, we I was not expecting to bait out an Ash Blossom off of the Prankets place. Not gonna lie. So again, that was just my muscle memory activating Pranket's place as my first play, going into my play. So as you can see, that ate up the Ash Blossom, and then we could call by the grave the Maxi that he used. So now we're in the clear. So even if he Nabirus us, we have Instant Fusion in our hand to play through the Nabiru. So does he have Call by the Grave? No, Call by the Grave can't be activated, right? So what can he have? I don't... Okay, so at this point I'm not sure what card he has in his hand that can be activated. So let's see. I mean, it could be Infinite Impermanence, right? I will banish the Pandemonium because we'll draw into a Pandemonium with Doodle Doo Search anyways, or off of the Fancies with Doodle Doo's effect. So yeah. So I'll special summon the Fancies, go into Doodle Doo, chain link one Fancies, chain link two Doodle Doo. Let's see what our opponent does. So he did have a Herald of the Orange Light. Okay, so that's what it was. Okay, it's gonna destroy my Doodle Doo, but my Pranket's Fancy's effect will still go off of which I'll send Pranket. I already have a... No, I have to send Pandemonium because I don't have Pandemonium in rotation. I banished one Pandemonium. Okay, special summon out. Yes. Okay, Dropsies. And so I know the card in his hand. So I know what card he has in his hand. If the card he has in his hand is Meteorus Brightron that he got off of the Pot of P. So that's the only card he has in his hand. So I'm not scared about Nibiru anymore. So I'll go into Instant Fusion, go into Rocket Ride. I think I can probably OTK him this turn, right? No. Activate Rocket Ride's effect. Get a Doo and another named Prankets monster from my deck to my field. I mean, from my graveyard, not my deck, from my graveyard to my field. So, I already... Okay, so with this... Okay, so I'll go into Bow Wow Bark with this, right? So this is like deviation from the normal combo. Special summon out a monster, yes, which will be my Lamseys. So at this point, I could go into another Doodle Doo to activate. But do I even need to do that? I don't need to do that, right? So I could just go into Predaplant. So I could just go into Predaplant, right? Then activate Predaplant's effect. It's gonna hit me for 2k. Activate Thunder Dragon, select Thunder Dragon Fusion, and then special out my Butler by returning these 3 cards from my graveyard or from my banishment pile. Face up attack. and this will boost up everything on my field by 500. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can hit him for 7,000. So that's 7,000. And now I'll end my turn. I have to put this on before it goes through. So okay, so as soon as he draws a card, I'll activate my... No, I'll activate my Bow Bark to get... One of them has to be Roxy's, because I need to have a named Franken's monster in my hand to actually go into a combo. And the other I'll get Rocket Ride, because with Pandemonium you usually want to go into Rocket Ride on your turn. So yeah, I'll do it that way. So let's see, he's gonna go into Meteor's Drytron, special out Benton by discarding the Alpha. And with this, I mean, okay, tribute that you can add 1 life monster when you're deck tier. So Alpha can still be taken out of the graveyard, right? But he needs... Okay, so I'll just activate Butler's effect right here. Because I have 2 pops, I'm gonna use 1 pop and see what he does. I'm sure he's gonna scoop right here because he doesn't have any other play. So yeah, he just scooped. So we did hit Plat 2. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. We went from Plat 4 to Plat 2 today. So let's see, 4 more wins for Plat 1. So let me just check the time real quick. What's this? Okay. 12, so 1. I think I've been streaming for 2 hours today, right? I'm pretty sure I streamed for 2 hours today. Whatever. Let's just play some more. Nice, even matchup. Okay. Let's see. Not too much of a bricky hand, but not... Instead of Maxi, I was hoping for an Ash Blossom. Would have been a really good hand. Anyways, activate Franken's Place, so it confirms our opponent doesn't have an Ash Blossom. Pretty good for us. I'll get Lampseed off of it, normal the Lampseed, and go into my combo. This will probably be a full combo because if our opponent doesn't stop us, even if he Nibiru's us, as long as we get a Pandemonium off of the Doodle-Doo's search effect, we're still pretty good because we could just use Pandemonium and use Dropsies and Fancies in our hand to go into Rocket Ride and play through the Nibiru. Yeah, so we're safe from Nibiru as well. Okay, go into our Doodle-Doo, activate Fancies, Chain Link 1, Doodle-Doo, Chain Link 2. No to Maxi. Search for a Pandemonium because I do want to go into a full combo. And off of the Fancies, I will discard the Pranks. Special Summon, yes, it will be my Roxy's. Again, for the full combo, always keep the Monster Zone under the extra Monster Zone you summon your Doodle-Doo into, otherwise this combo will not work. Then I'm going to activate my Pandemonium. Okay, so he has a Nibiru. Okay, so at this point I'm I have completely gone all in. So if he Nabirus us and wipes my board, like I can't make a comeback from that. Yeah, at this point it's make or break. Like I can't stop my combo. If he Nabirus us, if he Nabirus us, it's whatever. We'll we'll see what comes after. I don't know. He could have toggled it off in the beginning. He chose to Nabiru us in the middle of our combo. Okay. I am not mad at this point. Like, at this point, even if he Nabirus us, we could still. I mean, I won't get Pandemonium back out. But let's see. The card I'll banish. Do I want to banish Maxi or Call by the way? I'll banish Call by the way because I want to. If he's playing a combo deck, then I want the Maxi, right? So what cards haven't I activated? So I haven't activated Dropsy's effect yet. Special a monster, yes. Special this, no. So this is kind of the awkward part, right? Since we already used Pandemonium, we're kind of locked into Prank Kids. We're not, well, not kind of, we are locked into Prank Kids. And if we, even if I go into Baba Bark, no, I have to go into Doodle Doo, right? Yeah, I have to go into Doodle Doo and get a Pandemonium out, so that I can use Pandemonium on my opponent's turn to at least go into uh, Weather Washer. Yeah, I have to do this. Pandemonium, and the other card will be my pranks. No. Set down my Pandemonium. Activate my pranks. Put this on. No, no. But yeah, this is the most I can do. Right? Like even if I get a token out on the field, I'm still locked into prank kids, so I can't go into anything else. Yeah, so activate prank kids pranks. Yes, please. One doodle do, one drop C's, and one rocket ride. Like I know I want to get rocket ride. I have to get rocket ride. I have to get doodle do, and I care more about drop C's over rock C's. No, which will allow us to draw a card, which is another Pandemonium. Okay. Drew a card. I will choose to activate Maxi, and Maxi's effect did get resolved. So let's see what kind of deck our opponent is. So he's playing the Photon Dragon deck. Is he playing Photon or is it just pure Cyber? I can't tell at this point, but let's see. This soldier will summon another soldier, and he scooped. Oh, okay. So he scooped seeing the Maxi's effect, is what I'm assuming? I have no idea. Half the times when opponents scoop, I have no idea why they scoop. The most probable reason that I have in my head is that they have a bad start or they messed up somewhere in their combo somewhere. So let's see if it was. So it was pure Cyber Dragons. It's even running Dark Ruler no more. Okay. So it was pure Cyber Dragons. Cyber Dragons do indeed need to special summon out and exceed summon out quite a few times, so I would have drawn 5 or 6 cards if he did his full combo. Not 5 or 6, more than 5 or 6 if he did his full combo. If he did like a semi combo, that would be like 3-4 cards. Anyways, let's see, 3 more wins to Plat 1. Like, I am getting kinda tired at this point. So I'll play one more game. One more game and I'll call it a night. Win, lose, or draw, I'll call it a night. Okay, Plat 2, Plat 1. Again, against Plat 1, I lose the coin toss. Like, game please. Game. Konami. RNG gods. Wow. Anyways. So 2 maxis and an Ash Blossom. Okay. So I'll put this on. Let's see if it toggles over to our side. Since I have 2 maxis, I'll just instantly activate 1 maxi. I don't care if my opponent is playing a combo deck or not. They could be playing like Eldritch. I don't care. I am activating maxi and you just chose to pass. Okay. 41. How many cards? 15. Okay. I will put this on auto now. No. Again, if you have a Prankis place in your hand, even if you have a Prankis monster in your hand, activate the Prankis place. Because it can check whether your opponent has an Ash Blossom, and it could be a really good Ash Blossom bait. Anyways, I'll get a Dropsies off of the search, and then start the summon with Dropsies. So I do not have... I know he doesn't have Ash Blossom, and I'm safe against their maxi. But let's see how we can. But I don't have anything to play through on Nibiru. See, we're going towards 2-2. So this is our 4th special summon, and once Fancy's effect resolves and we get 1 more card on the field, that will be our 5th special summon. And at that point, if our opponent's okay. So this is, oh my god, he had Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, so my Doodle-Doo is gonna get destroyed, negated and destroyed. So I have to get a Pandemonium, and off of this, I have to special summon out. This really irks me. this card irks me so much. What do I want to banish? I guess, I mean not banish, but discard. I guess I'll discard another place. Special summon a monster, yes. And special summon monster I will pick as Roxy's. Now I'll be strictly locked into Frank's monster only. So I'll do this, use up the 2 Frank's named cards that I have, and thankfully I haven't used either of their graveyard effects, so I can still get 2 more special summons out on the field. And I will activate Rocket Ride chain blocking with this. Ghost Ogre is hard once per turn, right? Yeah, it's hard once per turn, thank god. So now it's going to solve. We don't care about this effect. You only care about this effect when you are going second and you can attack if you want to attack, or when your opponent only has 1k life points or lower, then you can use this effect, drop half your Rocket Rise effect and hit them directly in their face with it. Anyways, the card I will banish will be Max C, because I want to keep Skill Drain, right? Skill Drain and Ash Blossom are, in my opinion, right now more useful than Max C. Special summon now, yes. I used Pandemonium, so I cannot go into Totally now. So it wouldn't make sense to summon out my Dropsy. So you summon out the 2 other monsters that you deem are less useful, which usually would be your Fancies and Roxys. So I'll special summon out. Okay, so do I want to go into Bow Bark or... No, right? Because of if I go right into Bow Bark, then I can still get Doodle-Doo out with the Rocket Ride, right? So, I mean, I could use it either way, so I'll just go into my Bow Bark. And since I have already used all the graveyard effects, nothing in my graveyard will be activated. I activate Rocket Ride, and one has to be Doodle-Doo. The other one... I mean, I need a piece of Battle Bundle combo, right? So he has... Oh my god, how many negates does this guy have? Ghost Spell and Haunted. So it's gonna negate my Rocket Ride as well. Holy... How many negates does this guy have? Okay, I guess this is gonna be the end of my combo. Oh man. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna instantly activate Children as soon as he draws a card. I'm not gonna take any chances with this. So now with this, no, I'm not gonna activate Power Bark's effect just yet. So I don't have any other Prankist monster on the field, nor do I have anything I can use to go into anything else. So rather than tributing the Bow Bark, I'm gonna keep it on the field. Cause I did activate Skill Drain, right? So I cannot use Meowmu's effect. No, I'm still gonna keep the Bow Bark on the field. So my opponent is playing Sky Striker. I am gonna deny him his Surge for his field spell because he'll just use this, the multi-roll, to pop his field spell, which will activate the field spell in the graveyard to get a Ray out on the field. So I am gonna deny him his Surge for his field spell. So let's see what other play our opponent has. Before the end of main phase, okay. So Bow Bark can only be activated in my opponent's turn. So I kinda have to activate it right now. And the cards I'll get will be... I have two Fancies in the graveyard. So one of them has to be Fancies. The other one... I could get a Pandemonium, or I could... No, the other one has to be Rocket Ride because I need Rocket Ride's effect on my turn. So I'll do that. Let's see what it does. End phase, nice. Called by the Grave, pretty good, pretty good. Called by the Grave can resist one Ash Blossom if our opponent did draw into it, or any of these cards. Any of these cards. So I'll put this on auto because it will get kind of annoying to get the prompt over and over. So we'll go into a one card combo, see if our opponent lets us go into a one card combo. No, and the card that the card will be Prankits Pranks because I need to get the Prankits Pranks back into my hand off of the Doodle-Doo. Special summon, yes. Going to our Doodle-Doo. Let's see. Chain Link 1 Dropsies, Chain Link 2 Doodle-Doo. No. Doodle-Doo's effect will get denied. We don't care about it. got to summon out a monster, yes, which will be my Lamses. Activate my Doodle Doos effect. One card. Okay, so Pandemonium. Okay, so I kind of don't want to go into pranks. The other card I'll select will be my Roxy's. Yeah. No. Because I'm pretty sure I can kill him this turn, right? I can go into Pandemonium and go using Pandemonium I can go into Rocket Ride again. Using these two materials. Face up attack. Then activate these cards. And then chain link Rocket Ride. The reason I'm chain linking Rocket Ride is because I'm not gonna attack using Rocket Ride anyways. I'm gonna tribute it to get my another Doodle Doo and Bow Bark back onto the field. The card I'll banish will be Harpy's Feather Duster. And I got a Lamseed, which is pretty nice. The card I will get Dropsies, one Dropsies, and another Roxy. Have I used the effect of Dropsies? I already used Dropsies effect once. I think I used it. Anyways, so with this, I'll activate a Rocket Ride. I will get one Doodle Doo and one Bow Wow Bark. No. Doodle Doo, Bow Wow Bark. Then using these four materials, I'll link climb into Rip Roaring Rooster. I'll set Called by the Graves. Attack him with Rooster. And then I mean, I'm locked into Prank It since I use Pandemonium and I don't have anything else I can use. So I'll end my turn, put this on. No, don't want to activate that effect. So I'll activate my... No, I'll activate my Power Box effect to get... I mean, Pranks is a must at this point because I need to recycle my cards now. And the other one... I'm thinking, give me 1 second. I need 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So it has to be Dropsies because I have 3 copies of Dropsies in my graveyard. So other card will be Dropsies. Did my opponent disconnect or close his game? So and it's connection. Okay. Connection issues. Connection failed. Okay, whatever. So yeah. Won that game. Okay. Anyways, let's see what my opponent's deck was. It was a pure Sky Striker, yeah. I mean, not pure Sky Striker, but it was playing Sky Striker with Downward Magician into Zeus, with Underworld Goddess. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's still a pure Sky Striker, but he just has some hand traps installed in it and board clears installed. I mean, board clear package in his deck. I mean, look at this guy. One negate. 1 negate, 2 negate, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 negates. And the amount of negates he can use in 1 turn is 1, 2, 3, 4. He can use 4 negates in 1 turn. This is insane. And he drew 2 of those negates. That's just insane. Okay, so I will save this game. It was a pretty good game. Okay, so anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for today's stream. I will stream again tomorrow. I think, yeah, I will stream tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I'll stream tomorrow. So I do have I do have a YouTube channel. You guys can go check it out. Link is in my bio down in Twitch. And if you like the content that you see on my YouTube, please like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm always happy to answer any questions that you guys may have or any comments you guys post. Anyways, again, the deck that I'm using to climb ranked is right here. You guys can ask a comment in my YouTube or ask me on my Twitch for the deck profile and I'll give it to you. Anyways, this is gonna be it for me for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the ranked climb, hoping to hit Plat 1. Anyways, peace out, guys.